It was my dad. I jumped from my bed. I asked him, what is he doing in my room? He smiled and said, I should relax. In his word, I quote, you know you are my wife. Since your mother left, I see her in you.
Hello, stars. Welcome to Get It Off Your Chest. Today, we are going to listen to stars who have volunteered to share their stories. They're not sharing their stories because of any personal gain. They're sharing their stories because they want you listening or someone who is going to come across this story to learn a lesson from their experience so that this experience, this scenario, or whatever that they're telling us on this story does not happen to someone else. Let us listen to the star story experiences. Stars, join me as we welcome. Okay, so go ahead and tell your story. We are going to make sure your name does not come out. I'm listening. You're talking to the whole stars so they can learn from your experience. So let's listen. Let's hear your story.
Okay, sir. Good day, everyone. The story I'm about to share with you is my true life story. I've harbored this story for too long, and I think it's time I let it out of my chest. All thanks to Show&Tell network support for giving me this opportunity to share my story. It all began when I lost my mom at age 16. As a young, growing teen, that was when I needed her the most, but she chose to leave. She left me with my father, who swore to make my life a living hell. My dad got married to another woman 2 years after my mom died, and both of them chose to maltreat me. Whenever my dad is not around, my stepmother will pretend to be friends with me. Once my dad is back, she will give him every reason to beat the life out of me. It continued until I finally gained admission to a high institution, which was out of my own choice. Why did I say it's out of my own choice? It's because that was never the school I wanted to attend. My dad and his wife decided to choose a career for me. Out of all the universities, polytechnics, and college of education in Nigeria, no, they decided to take me to a theological school. So funny. What a girl of my age be doing in a theological school? What do I even need it for? I cried, but none of them cared. Well, I don't have a choice. I finally left for the school. In the whole of that school, I was the youngest. All the students are from age 30 upward. I was so shy to even tell my friends I'm schooling in a theological school because they would laugh at me. Even the ones that get to find out that I'm in a theological school call me pastor, which makes me very angry. From there, I lost my sense of belonging and lost myself entirely. Things were so hard for me in school. Whenever I called my dad for provision and school fees, he would scold and yell at me on phone and tell me he doesn't have money. It got to some point I could go a complete day without food. Okay, this life, sha. I had to look for some things to do so I can feed and raise my fees. I started working in people's farm. After school and weekends, I go to people's farm to help them work, mostly in helping them to harvest Irish potatoes. At the end of the day, they give me a paint bucket or half bag of the Irish potato. Then I take it to the market, sell it off, and use the money to eat and save the rest for my fees. Though the money wasn't even enough, but it helped. I decided to start working for a white woman. I help her to go to market every Monday and Thursday. For these 2 days, she pays me 1,300 naira, which I also added to my savings. No one helped me, not even my uncles or aunties. Everybody was claiming they don't have money. The only people that cared and helped me was my grandma and my grandpa, may God rest his soul. They sent me money once in a while from the little they have. Sometimes they send me 2,000, sometimes they send me 3,000. Depends on what they have. Finally, I managed to graduate, victory at last. Yes, but where can I work? Or who will even employ me? Nowhere. I came back home. This ill treatment continued from where it stopped. My dad and his wife continued from where they stopped. On a very fateful night, my dad sneaked into my room at night while I was sleeping. I started feeling someone touching me. I opened my eyes. What? It was my dad. I jumped from my bed. I asked him, what is he doing in my room? He smiled and said, I should relax. In his word, I quote, you know you are my wife. Since your mother left, I see her in you. I shook my I shook my head. At that moment, I was thinking of what to do to get him out of my room. Immediately, an idea came to me. I decided to scream loud, started shouting my head, and everyone woke up and came to my room, thinking I'm sick, but I know I am not sick. Throughout that night, no one was asleep. They were all awake because they thought I am not feeling fine. I did that so that I can make everyone awake and he won't have opportunity to execute his evil plans on me. The next morning, I carried my bag, ran away. I went to my friend. Yes, I left the house. I went and stayed with my friend. I finally got a teaching job in a private school. Guess how much they were even paying me? 20,000 naira.
A month?
From that 20,000, yes, sir. From that 20,000 naira, I transport myself and my workplace is very far. But because I needed to do something, I transport myself and from that same money, I eat. Finally, I was able to save enough to get an apartment. So I got a one-room apartment which cost me 30k yearly and I moved out of my friend's house. The remaining savings, I decided to enroll myself in a catering school. Whenever I close from work, I go straight to the catering school. Finally, I graduated from my catering school and started collecting small little jobs to do so I can get money. I don't even have oven that time. I don't have any of my baking tools. So what I normally do is I go to my madam place, I bake them there, then give her a percentage and save the little interest I have from every order I received. So I use the money that I saved to get an oven with other little baking items I have today. Though I've not gotten the things I need for my catering, still struggling towards it, but at least I've gotten some things. So the job the teaching I was doing, I quit the job because they were not even paying me consistently. Some months they will not pay. Yes, some months they will not pay. So I just decided to quit because there is no point even going to the work. I just decided to focus on my catering work since the certificate I acquired in the theological school is of no use because nobody can even employ me. So the certificate is just there in my bus sleeping. Sometimes I used to even forget that I even went to a school called theological school for 4 years, wasted 4 years. But it's well, sure. So I'm sharing this my story to encourage everyone in the same situation as mine, never to give up. Just put yourself together and everything will be alright. So this is my little story, a story that has been in my heart for a very long time. And thank you for the opportunity to share these stories.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Show
Thank
and
you.
Tell.
Thank you, Star, for sharing this story with us. I want to ask a question. First of all, so sorry to hear this. You lost your mom, and the dad that's supposed to be the one to console. I don't know what I could say got into him to make sexual advances on you. I want to ask, did you ever connect back with him, or as of now, he's minding his business and you're minding your own business?
Okay, presently, me and my dad, we are not talking ever since.
Okay.
Yes, we are not talking. I initially they tried to reconcile us back. We were talking while I never went back to that house. I never went back. So it got to a point where I finally got someone that wants to marry me. So he made sure he wanted to chase the man away. He don't
Wow.
want me to get married for reasons I don't know best to him. I don't know the reason. So he tried all his best to chase the man away. But God so kind, the man stood. And my dad was never in the picture of my marriage. He didn't marry me out.
So you're married
Yes,
now,
he
right?
didn't collect my bride. Yes, my mom's younger brother is the one that collected the bride price. He's the one that married me out.
I wish you every best. I wish you a happy married life. And thank you for sharing this story. And someone is going to listen to this story and learn a lot of lessons. There's so much lesson to be learned from this story. Lesson of resisting evil and not allowing your body to be used as an instrument by someone who is supposed to be the one protecting that body. And lesson of perseverance, taking bold steps, standing on your own, not allowing the 4 years that you said you wasted, because of course if you read what you cannot practice, it's of no use. You never allowed that to hold you back. And Show&Tell Support Network, we're wishing you every best, and thank you for sharing your story with Get It Off Your Chest.
Together, we support one another and build human bridges that last for a lifetime.